Hello, everyone. Welcome to K-pop Queen for your daily reactions to all things K-pop. Okay, for today's drama shop talk, I'm gonna be talking about the other best drama of 2017. Last week I talked about Find My Way. Today I'm gonna talk about Suspicious Partner. Listen. Again, those two dramas, the best thing that happened in 2017. I remember my time being just gone because I was watching those two all the time, and I spent a great deal of time like watching little clips and going back to the episodes to see my favorite bits just because I loved them so much. And there are many reasons as to why I did. So you know how we do it here. Get your drink, get a fruit snack, get something, I don't care. Okay, it's drama shop talk and we gonna talk. Hey y'all, I'm gonna read you the synopsis on Wikipedia and Google because both of them are like 3 sentences long, and I just feel like y'all need to get into this. Okay, so on Wikipedia it is this. This series is about No Ji-wook, played by Ji Chang-wook, a prosecutor, and Eun Bong-hee, played by Nam Ji-han, a prosecutor trainee, and how they work together on a mysterious case involving a sly psychopath murder. They find out how deeply connected they are by their past as well. Okay, that's what it says on Wikipedia. On Google, this is literally all it says. Life is upended for a prosecutor after meeting his new intern who becomes a prime murder suspect soon after joining his office. I mean, I feel like that's literally the two halves of the drama. Like one was the, sort of the beginning half, the next is sort of the later half, and together they sort of describe the entire drama, basically. So my own little synopsis for it, I think I have to keep it short as well because there's so much going on in it. So basically, starring Ji Chang-wook, as you know, and Nam Si-han, who I'm gonna get into, right? But these two, um, they meet in a rather unfortunate circumstance. The first time they really meet each other, it's kind of crazy. She thinks that he is like the person that's been touching her on the subway, but it's really some other guy, but she doesn't know it. And so she thinks it's him. So that's how they sort of meet at the first time in these very adverse, very testy situation, right? As they continue to like meet in random circumstances because they're both in the law game, the law game, she's a trainee, he's already a lawyer. They sort of meet up at different times and they end up helping each other, in these different times. So the next time that they meet, she becomes a trainee in his office, like it says on Google, and they work together. But shortly thereafter, she becomes accused of murdering her boyfriend, and that sort of throws everyone off because like she's this law intern, like how could she do this? Her boyfriend is also the son of a huge judge in Seoul, so it's just kind of like all these things building up against her. She basically has no one on her side except for him, and he finds the evidence that is necessary to get her out of jail and prove that she didn't do it. Now she has the whole nation against her. She can't go back to being a lawyer because everyone's against her, and he's the only person that believed in her. But unfortunately, he loses his job in the process because he, finds out that she isn't the murderer, unlike how everyone else thought and still thinks that she did it. So he put his reputation on the line for her. And a few years later, they meet again where she gets to join his attorney office. He quits being a lawyer because obviously he's pushed out. Or no, is he? Maybe it's the other way around. Anyway, he quits being like with the judicial system, like, working in there, and starts his own law firm and decides to help people through that. And they meet up again through a different case, and he decides to hire her and so that she can join his office. And basically you get to watch them work through different cases. You get to watch them work through the murder case that she was accused of as well, and then you get to see how intertwined their lives truly are. I mean, their story begins way before she had accused him of being a pervert on the subway, like way before, which causes a lot of tension in their relationship. And you get to see them overcome it and go from there pretty much. So I really love this drama because I love Ji Chang-wook. I feel like once I watched this, I was like, oh, I'm watching everything he's ever been in. And I really did. Like, I'm really going down the list and watching everything that he's in. And I'm also watching everything that Nam Ji-han is in. I mean, I am just such a huge fan of hers. I had started watching, what's that one drama? What's Happening in My Family, What's Happening in the Family, something like that, because of her. I really love her. I think she's so phenomenal. I just think that the way that she acts is just so flavorful. Okay, it's so good, and like you can't get enough of her on the screen. And I say the same thing for Ji Sung-wook. I mean, he is just wow, that man is so fine. It doesn't make any fucking sense. But like, he's also a really amazing actor, and you just kind of like can't help but fall into every word that comes out of his mouth. And the two of them together, like, okay, chef's kiss is art. All right. So this drama, like I said, really, really good. Their chemistry is really good, and I also really enjoyed the cast as well. Kwan Nare, who is from Hello Venus, as we know, to see her acting, it was, I mean, I was like, oh, okay, yes, let's get into this. You know, we got a lot of, you know, the idols doing some acting. Let's see what you got. And she really killed this as like the antagonist that we come to love, honestly. You're watching her and you're seeing her story and you're like, wow, this is really complicated. It's also really shitty, but like, this is kind of real. Like, I kind of like her. Like, you're a little, it's a little off-pending because you're just kind of like, is she a villain? Is she not? Like, what is she exactly? But you end up kind of like falling for her character and everything that she's about and realizing more of her story and like how intertwined she is with Ji Chang-wook's character. So yeah, our villain, our true villain is a murderer. Let's start off right there. Our true murderer is a villain. His name is Dong Ha. I also put him on my watch list of actors along with Woo Do-hwan. I mean, the two of them, I just feel like we're really getting some really quality acting with them, and we need to be watching everything that they're in because they're going to slay every character that they are given. And he killed this. He plays a psychopath murderer. I mean, this man is relentless, he is fearless, he is remorseless, he doesn't care, like he really thinks that everything that he's doing is justified. And it is kind of insane watching his story, and you're watching it and you're just like, so what's going on, like what? And it really does tug at your heart, and it makes you think a lot about why he's doing the things that he does. Now, I'm not saying you need to be out here murdering people, but like but the reason why he's killing certain people, once you start adding the pieces together and getting in, you're just kind of like, whoa, right? But unfortunately, his actions have a lot of consequences. The people that get in the way that really have nothing to do with what happened and the reason why he's doing all these murders, such as Nam Ji-hyun's character and Ji Chang-wook's character and all their friends around them, they do get hurt in the end. And then you're just kind of like, we're not thinking, we've lost our case, like we're not really doing what we said we were going to be doing. One of the great things about this drama, you have so many different stories intertwining, and you're like, okay, I got a piece from this story, okay, I got a piece from this story, wait a minute, now it adds together in this story, oh my gosh, this is getting solved, what's happening? Like, everything was so intertwined so perfectly, like, you couldn't miss a single episode. Like, you need to be paying attention because you're going to find out a reason for the case you was looking at before, a case you're going to see in the future. Okay, like, everything comes together. I mean, it was just so beautifully written. So many different pieces. The puzzle really came together nicely at the end. But yeah, I really loved how many stories we were getting. One of a really good one that sort of set the pace and really helped the drama continue along. I guess like will be for the third time that they meet and finally start like meeting continually, was this stalker episode. Basically, this boy has been, you know, accused of stalking his ex-girlfriend. She puts a restraining order on him or something like that. Like, she really wants him to stop. So, Eun-bong-ki, Nam Ji-hyun's character, and No Ji-wook, Ji Chang-wook's character, meet on opposite sides of the litigation. She is representing the stalker, the boy, I believe. I haven't seen this in a while, so do forgive me. But she's representing one side. He's representing the girl who wants him to stop. And, you know, they come to sort of, you know, a middle ground. They're like, okay, this is what's going to happen. You're going to stop doing this. This is restraining order. These are this. And everyone thinks that it's ended. It's over. Like, this is it. This is the end of it. And that's when she starts to realize some things. And she's just kind of like, this was a little too easy. What's going on? I don't understand. Basically, they find out that he did not want to do any of those things they agreed to. He continues to stalk the girl, follows her back to her apartment, and just like breaks in. They eventually figure it all out. Eun-bong-ki and Ji Chang-wook, they figure it all out. They get to the apartment. They save the girl. It was really nice how all the stories came together and all the pieces came together to sort of roll the story along. Because trust me, I have seen too many dramas where there are just so many pieces. They decide to cut certain ones, they decide to forget other ones, and make up new ones all of the sudden. And you're like, okay, where did this come from? This is not what I was anticipating. All right, we'll go with this. It doesn't make a lot of sense some of the times, but with this drama, it all made sense. You just gotta pay attention. That's really it. So, okay, my favorite moments. Obviously, it's a rom-com, okay? Yeah, we're selling law and getting these psychopath murderers, but in the end, we're gonna fall in love, okay? So obviously the love line is between No Ji-wook and Dong-hee. My absolute favorite moment, and I actually go back and watch this clip a lot, is the confession scene, okay? So Bong-hee has pretty much already been like, I really like this boy, like, I don't care, I know he saved my life, like, he's just so great, like, I really like him. And she has made it pretty obvious, but he's been just kind of like, ooh, no thank you. Like, he has rejected her, right? And she finally is just like, you know what, this has been going on for too long. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I'm just going to fold it up, going to clean it up. I'll work for him. We'll call it a day, right? Only to come to find out that he actually has liked her as well, but he's just so afraid of getting into this relationship with her because of a past relationship burn and all of the history that they have. So he's just kind of like, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to reject her because that's what I do when I'm scared, you know, whatever. And slowly he's just kind of realizing like, wow, I don't think I can be without her. Like, I really do like her. I don't want to do this. But again, at this point, she's just kind of like, oh, I'm getting over him. It's okay. Like, I get it, right? So, the confession. They're in the kitchen at his house, which is also the law firm. Listen, this is what we got to do, right? And she had already told him the night before, like, I'm over you, so don't even worry about it. Let's just work together and call it a day. So the next day, he stops her and he's like, I want to tell you something. You said what you had to say yesterday. Now you're going to listen to me. And she's like, huh? What? You don't need to be mean to me. Like, I already said I don't like you. But obviously that's not where the conversation goes. And he's just like, so I realized my feelings for you way too late, and I'm sorry about that. I was so afraid of this relationship, and I thought I would be lacking, and that, you know, I wouldn't be good enough for you. And she's beginning to listen, and she's just kind of like, huh? What's going on? I don't understand. And he's just like, I respect that you don't like me anymore. That's perfectly fine, but I need you to respect the fact that I like you. And she's just, at this point, she has lost her mind. She's just kind of like, this is not where I thought this conversation was going. Like, what the fuck is happening? Like, what's happening at work? This is not what I was anticipating, right? And he's just like, just respect that I like you. I'm going to like you from a distance. You don't have to worry about it. I won't disturb your peace. But if you ever do decide to reopen your heart to me, come to me and we can be together. Ladies and gentlemen, that scene really fucked me up. You need to watch it because the way that he says it is so earnest and so honest. And there was like little moments in there with like facial expressions and stuff, and it's just like, wow, is this romance? Is this love? Is this what people experience? Like, what is this, right? Like, it is just so good. That's my absolute favorite moment, that confession scene. Another scene that I also really liked is when he proposes. Guys, this is a K-drama. Don't ask me about marriage proposals. You know what's happening. It's that simple, okay? So at the end, at the last episode, at the very last moment, okay, the last like 5 minutes, they're like walking around in the park, and he kind of stops her, and he just says, I love you. Just real simple and clean, like real clean, just out there, okay? He says, I love you, right? And I will love you forever. And then he like brings out a ring, a small ring, but that's not important. He brings out a ring and he just puts it on her finger and just looks at her and she's like, is this a proposal? Is that what's happening right here? And he's like, yes, yes it is. And she's like, oh, okay. All right, well, where's my song? Like, where's my song and my proposal, right? Just kind of like being a little cheeky. And he's just like, because he's like, I didn't really plan for this. I'm not going to sing. I don't know what this is. It's just like, regardless of this song, I love you and I want to stay with you forever. So my answer is yes. And he just kind of smiles and they're just like smiling and happy or whatever. And then they just like hold hands and start to walk again. And then as they're exiting the scene, he starts to sing really quietly. Like, he just starts to sing because he knows how much she wants him to sing and have this really nice proposal. So he just starts to sing and then they walk off screen. Let me tell you something. Some direction was made. Some direction was made, and it was a good decision. Having them, we were like kind of looking a little bit up. They were coming from a little bit farther away, and they were walking, and he just starts to sing really softly. So it's just coming from his mic. Like, this isn't like some pre-recorded stuff. He's just singing live. Live. My mic is on, and I'm going, right? And you just see them walk off the screen, And like that's just kind of it, and it just kind of like cuts away, and then it's like, thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed Suspicious Partner. And I'm like crying at this point, like, yeah, I really did love it, thank you so much, this was a great drama. Oh my gosh. Another one of my favorite moments. I mean, there's so many like little quirky moments between them, so many like little moments where you're like, ah, my heart. Like, oh my gosh, so cute. Is this what we're doing, right? But one that I really, really liked is when she's just kind of like, okay, we're gonna date. Like, fine, we're gonna do it. This is it. This is it. I'm not overthinking this shit. I like him. He likes me. So let's do it, right? And so she runs upstairs to his room where he is, and he's like just about to come out of the bathroom, and he's in a towel. And he's like, whoa, how you gonna roll up on me like this? Like, give me a second, I just came out the bathroom, you know? And she's like, you know what? She's literally not even looking at him. She's just kind of like spinning and letting her thoughts out. She's like, you know what? I've been thinking about it, and I like you, and you like me, so today is day one. And then she starts to run down the stairs, and he's like, girl, like, what are you talking? Like, what do you mean day one? Like, what are you talking about? Why are you in such a tizzy? And she's like, it's day one, we're dating. And then she runs off screen, and he's like, huh? Oh, okay, yes, I'm ready. Okay, yes, we're dating. Let's go. All right. I was so into it. Oh my gosh, that one just for me was so funny watching it. I did watch it a lot. It was just like it was a really cute moment and really showed off how like cute they are together and their dynamic. A little awkward, but nevertheless very earnest and very much in love. Oh, guys, I only gave you a tidbit. Listen, I never gave you the full picture because I want you to go and watch it. You need to go to Daebak Drama, because that's where I watched it, and watch this drama. Go and watch it and figure it out, and then get back to me and tell me when you've seen it. Trust me, you're gonna love this one. I only recommend the good dramas. That's not true. I will tell you about, you know what, I've only told you about the ones that I really liked and one that I didn't like so much, so maybe next week I'll tell you about one that I didn't like. I don't know. I almost never finish the ones I don't like, so that's gonna be a little. Oh no, I finished. I just thought of one that I finished and I didn't like. Maybe I'll tell you about it, but no. Next week, I gave y'all 3 weeks to finish this drama. It's been 3 weeks since it ended. I gave you the time. I'm talking about Hotel de Luna. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm talking about Hotel de Luna. I gave you your time. If you haven't finished it by now, I don't know what you're doing. You've had 3 weeks. You had plenty of time, so get ready for that one next week, but I'm definitely going to talk about that one, because that is one of the best dramas of 2019. Mark my words on that. So yes, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think about this drama. If you watched it, if you haven't, tell me if you think you're gonna. Trust me, you're gonna love it. You can come back and comment. All right, you can tweet at me as well, and I'll be back with another video. Bye, guys.